Hey guys, it's Victoria back with another spoiler-free movie reaction. I know, finally, right? It's been a while and I'm sorry if I've been a little bit slow on my game lately. But today's movie reaction will be on Bottoms, which is currently in theaters right now, starring Rachel Sennett, who you may know from Shiva Baby or Bodies, 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 and the recently The Idol, and Aya Edebiri, I hope I'm saying her name right, who you may know from The Bear or the recent movie coming out, Theater Camp. If it's not already out now, I have to check because I might want to see that one too. So, what can I say about this movie? I found it absolutely hilarious and like in the best ways, not the worst way. This one was hilarious to me in the best ways that I never thought would actually hit me in a way that I still was willing to go along for the ride. And of course, with the film centering around two lesbian friends who are trying to create this fight club in order to fulfill their own personal needs out of them. That was a interesting take, which I haven't seen since probably, I don't know, maybe a little, maybe Booksmart and Superbad, definitely, but it was just entertaining. The movie sort of made me think of over the top comedies, like the one that pops to my mind are the scary movies, and maybe even in a way like segments from Saturday Night Live to a degree, because it was just like everything was heightened up. Any situations that you think you would see just like as a normalcy in high school, they kind of make the comedy even more like, yeah, this is what it is, but amplified. And I love that because it just made it put more of an emphasis on how ridiculous some like stereotypes and things are. And the acting and comedy in this film was superb. I got kicked out of the two main girls, especially because they really delivered their comedy in whatever situation that they were in, and it worked. It didn't fall flat in my opinion. And also, dare I say, Marshawn Lynch, he was hilarious too. I never really thought that he had that kind of comedy within him. Yes, I'm sure he's funny, but I never thought he could deliver that level of comedy funny. So he was awesome as well. And the girls that they were chasing after, which were the stereotypical popular girls, the hot cheerleaders, they too had their moments of good comedy that I could roll with. As far as the story goes, in all honesty, me personally, I can't relate to that because I never have been in like a situation like that where it's like, okay, I'm almost out of high school and I want to accomplish this one thing, or at least this one thing before I, kick the bucket and get out of here, or before I graduate. And so seeing this situation in the story and what these girls were really wanting to do, the reason behind why they created this fight club for girls, was, I found it ridiculous at first, but at the same time, I found it interesting how they wanted to achieve that, what they wanted so bad that they were willing to do something as ridiculous as that could definitely pull in some ladies. But that's what, in my personal opinion, made it even more entertaining because of how ridiculous it was. It wasn't just like a normal type of situation that, you know, could be just heightened up a bit. It was a situation where it's like, hey, we just want to do this one thing before we get out of here. So let's try this out. Even though we're kind of like, well, and as for the music in this movie, oh my god, I love the soundtrack that was played throughout this film, especially with some of the classics that I have known, or at least one classic I'll say that I know all too well, Complicated by Avril Lavigne, because that song, I used to listen to that song all the time when I was a little kid in elementary school, or more so was kind of like not forced to listen to it, but kind of had to listen to it because it was playing on the school bus that I was riding on. So they played that song like every day. And so I could never get that song out of my head. And as for music by Charli XCX, it was definitely a soundtrack that I definitely might buy later on and just listen to it because it was awesome. But overall, I found this movie really incredible and definitely hilarious and in the best ways possible. And also the representation of the queer lesbian community, that what it's like when it comes to them trying to date or fall in love, but also learning stuff about themselves and how they should be better rather than be just a jerk, being someone that is just in it for their own personal gain but not really caring about the other person's feelings. That goes around universally, so that's always something that I like to see explored in films. And also just the view of the high school experience, because it has definitely been a while since I've been in high school, so seeing other people's experiences in high school and how they go throughout life in high school is definitely a plus in my opinion. So if you like those kinds of films, I definitely highly recommend this one because it's definitely, but like I said, the situations are heightened in a comedic way. Keep that in mind. So on a scale of 1 to 10, what would I give this film? Do I even have to think about it? I actually give this movie a 8.5 actually. Like I said, it's really entertaining, and depending on, you know, your preference, it may not be your cup of tea if you don't care for that heightened type of comedy. But if you care for just comedy that is kind of like satirical or even just a bit like, okay, has a point underneath it, but it's just wrapped up with all these heightened moments of full-on comedy that is just played for the laughs, I think you'll like it. I think you'll enjoy it. And also, like I said, there are some queer relationships going on, and I felt that those scenes were where they are in a intimate moment with another character, I felt was done really tastefully and not in the way that is like that would be acceptable for just how could I say, how guys would find it acceptable seeing girls kiss. I felt like it was very realistically well done and also just tastefully done. I'll just leave it at that. But either way, I'm sorry that I've been off the radar for a bit. I'm promising you guys that I am coming back with more movie reactions. Actually, I'm about to leave out today, actually in an hour or so, to go see The Nun 2. So you will see a movie reaction about that from me soon. And also, I plan to do a couple of other ones, which I will announce on Instagram, and I'll see if I can announce it on YouTube. We'll see. Maybe I'll just post it or something. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And also, if you've seen the movie, please feel free to leave any comments you have on the film or your thoughts on the film in the comment section down below, because I would love to get a conversation started about this film, because I feel like there's a lot you can talk about with this film, and I would love to hear what you guys have to say about it. So until then, I'll see you guys in the next video, okay? Enjoy your day, enjoy your weekend, and depending on when you're watching this, if you're watching this at night, I hope you have a wonderful night. And like I said, I'll see you in the next video. Bye, lovelies.